As per series creator Chiyomaru Shikura via Twitter post, Steins is getting a live orchestra concert on May 31st at Morino Hall 21 in Matsudo City. The event is titled Steins A Symphony of Causality's Melodies. It will feature conductor Kenichi Shimura leading an orchestra playing through the background music and songs of the Steins Gate subseries. They are marketing it as the first ever orchestral concert for the series, so I wonder if this is just a one-off event or if we will be getting more SciADV orchestral concerts in the future. For this concert specifically, it'll be emceed by singer and voice actress Asami Imai, who plays Kurisu in SciADV. And attending as special guests are singers Kanako Ito and Ayumu, the latter of whom is the vocalist of the now disbanded Zwei. The two of them are seemingly performing at the event, so all in all, it sounds quite exciting. I'd love to attend it myself if I could. But an interesting thing of note is that Chiyomaru in his announcement tweet stated that he was probably the one person on the planet who was most excited for the event. On one hand, you could interpret this as just him being excited for an orchestra performance of his own work, but on the other hand, it could potentially be hinting at some kind of reveal or announcement at the event. And what could that be? Could it be reboot related? I've seen two distinct sets of theories, both of which are plausible. As for the first, some speculate that this could be where they drop a trailer to reveal Steins Gate Reboot's final release date. That seems very plausible to me. After all, for the One World 15th anniversary live event back in October 2024, they ended it off with a trailer for Steins Gate Reboot. And the 10th anniversary live event featured an announcement for Steins Gate Zero Elite. So maybe a similar sort of announcement could happen at the end of this event here. But based on Mages' historical marketing patterns, wherein they've almost always announced a game's release date 3 to 4 months prior, it would mean that in this scenario, Reboot would release around August, September, or maybe even early October. For a game that's supposedly so far along development, releasing that late might seem a little excessive, especially for something that's supposedly just a conventional remake with one more route. How much time would a project of that sort need? But it would align with Spike Chunsoft's historical release patterns for their localizations of SciADV. And since the writing is more or less on the wall that Steins Gate Reboot is most likely a multi-language simul release, that would make sense in terms of release timing. Speaking of which, that brings us to the second theory. Others speculate that this event could actually coincide with Steins Gate Reboot's release itself, wherein the game would release the week before or the week after the event. In this scenario, that would mean that Reboot would be out within the next 4 months or so. I think this is technically possible, but they'd have to announce its release date very, very soon if that's the case, like within the next several weeks. And I could only see this happening if the game isn't getting an English or Chinese dub. And for a game like Steins Gate Reboot, especially if this is just another conventional remake, I think it would be a huge waste of an opportunity if they were to not dub it and forego drawing in a wider audience. Reboot aside, there is also the possibility that the next mainline SciADV entry is announced at the event, potentially Steins Gate's thematic sequel. Last year, Chiyomaru stated that he planned on formally announcing the next SciADV entry by the end of 2025, but as he mentioned in his streams recently, this didn't happen because Steins Gate Reboot got delayed, and therefore it made no sense to announce it so soon and rain on Reboot's parade. But nonetheless, he and other SciADV staff members have been mentioning the game repeatedly over the last little while. As per his comments in the New Year's Famitsu article, he's currently been engrossed with planning and seemingly also writing the game scenario. And from what we heard from Hayashi and Matsubara back at We Play Expo 2025, they are supposed to be announcing information on the next mainline game within the next short while. And I think this event would be as perfect of a place as any to announce it. You have an expensive, exciting event and a big audience. And if that next mainline entry happens to be Steins Gate's thematic sequel, then it would be silly to not announce it there, unless they happen to be doing another special event for Steins Gate Day on July 28th, or on Steins Gate's anniversary on October 15th. But I have my doubts that we'd see another large-scale event of that sort so soon after this one. But on note of the next mainline game, as per Chiyomaru's recent comments on stream, Shun Moritsuka from Occultic 9 is supposed to return in the next SciADV entry, or at the very least, in the current draft of the scenario. Chiyomaru does not know for sure if Shun will remain in the final version of the story, but nonetheless, I would love to see him return, especially given some series-wide implications related to him. But it's just crazy to think that we might be getting an Occultic 9 character returning in a new SciADV entry before Occultic 9 itself is finished. That aside though, please let me know your thoughts on this event. What are your hopes? What are your expectations? Do you think they'll make no announcements at all? Or do you think they will use this event for either reboot or the next mainline? Please let me know. Special thanks to Enorovan and Maxi for their conversations with me about this project, and big thank you to Twitter user K.Suka for archiving the concert website after Chiyomaru leaked it too early. With that in mind, Bossman out.